Six Flags Magic Mountain is an amusement park located in Valencia, California. This park has more roller coasters than any other in the world. It has 18 operating roller coasters and 1 under construction. Most likely, it will remain under construction for about the next 5 years. I'm going to be going to this park in spring of 2020, so I thought it would be fun to look at the roller coasters and rank them based on how excited I am for them. Now, I should mention I actually have been here before, but I was very young, so I only rode the kiddie coasters. And for that reason, the kiddie coasters will not be on this list. So without further ado, let's get on to the video. So first up we have Gold Rusher. This looks like just an ordinary Aero mine train. I've ridden a couple before, so I'm not that excited to get on it, but it should be kind of fun at least. Next up we have the New Revolution. This ride was built by Schwarzkopf, and honestly, it doesn't look that exciting to me. I'm sure it'll be fun though. It looks like it doesn't really do that much besides the loop, but the setting's cool. And overall, I think this ride will be good, but not great. Next up is Ninja. Thankfully not this one. This ride is an Aero suspended coaster. I've actually never ridden a suspended coaster before, so I'm excited to see what this feels like. Just like the others on this list, I don't think it'll be that exciting, but I do think it'll be pretty fun. Next up is actually Superman. This ride does look exciting, but the launch is so gradual, and it's such a short ride that I don't think it's going to be that good. Now don't get me wrong, it looks fun, but I just think there's much better rides at this park. It will be my first Strata though, so that's pretty cool. Next up is Scream, which is the B&M floorless coaster. Now this ride does seem fun, but it just seems forceless and kind of underwhelming to me. And honestly, between the parking lot setting and the basic B&M layout, I'm just more excited to ride other things here. Now next up, I know most people would probably not agree with, but this is Viper. Now a lot of people say this ride sucks or it hurts a lot, which I can most certainly believe. But this ride looks pretty intense, and despite all the hate, I honestly think it looks pretty fun. Also keep in mind, I have Ninja at my home park, so I'm sure I can handle a little bit of headbanging. Next up is Batman the Ride. I've ridden the one at Six Flags St. Louis, and I've ridden the original at Six Flags Great America. Both are fun, intense rides, so I'm sure this one will be the same. Next up is Riddler's Revenge. This is a B&M stand-up coaster, and I've actually never ridden a stand-up before, but I hear this is one of the better ones. The layout looks very good and very fun, and it's also a relatively long ride. I'm excited to get on this, mainly to see what it feels like to stand up on a roller coaster. Next is Goliath. Wow, what a cool and unique name. This hybrid coaster was built by Gio Manola, which is basically just a knockoff of B&M. Now this ride most certainly doesn't look the greatest, but it looks somewhat forceful, and it does look pretty fun. Also, let's talk about the pacing. This ride has amazing pacing, and I'm so glad the mid-course barely slows you down at all. Next up is Apocalypse. Now let me just start off by saying I love GCI. They're personally one of my favorite manufacturers. And this ride looks incredible, and I cannot wait to get on it. Now, I don't know if it'll be better than Prowler or American Thunder, but it still looks really good. It looks to have both good laterals and airtime, so I'm very excited. Next up is West Coast Racers. Yeah, right, it'll be open. Next! Next up is Tatsu, the B&M Flyer. I've only ridden one B&M Flyer before, which was Superman Ultimate Flight at Six Flags Great America, and I loved it. So I can't even imagine what this thing's going to be like. And I thought the pretzel loop on Superman was intense, which I would assume that is absolutely nothing even close to what Tatsu's is. I'm done talking, but I'll let you watch this pretzel loop real quick. So when I was editing the video, I realized I just completely forgot Full Throttle. I would probably put it in after Goliath, but before Apocalypse. Sorry guys, I apologize. Next up, we have X2. This is an Aero 4th Dimension coaster, and I'm gonna be completely honest. This ride genuinely scares me. I can't even imagine what it's gonna feel like to have a 215-foot drop at almost a vertical angle facing the ground. In my opinion, this ride is literally the definition of intimidating. And although I'm very scared to ride it, I am also very, very excited. Finally, the moment you've all been waiting for. The coaster I'm most excited to ride at Six Flags Magic Mountain. Speedy Gonzalez. Okay, thank you all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. No! Oh, you want my actual opinion? Okay. The coaster I'm really most excited for is Twisted Colossus. This ride was built by Rocky Mountain Construction, or RMC, and uses their iBox track, which is much smoother than Topper Track. This ride is a Mobius loop, which means you do both sides on one ride. I've heard this ride is super smooth and has loads of ejector airtime. I am beyond excited to finally get to ride this ride. It looks outstanding. And when I ride this will actually be my first RMC with iBox track. As of right now, the two RMCs I've ridden, Outlaw Run and Goliath, both used a Topper track. So all in all, I'm just super excited to visit this park in general, and I'm most excited to get on Twisted Colossus. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Have a great day. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.